All right, friends, grab your coffee, calculators, maybe a stress ball, because today is the day. We're talking about mortgage problems that you're gonna wanna dodge. I'm gonna give you the inside scoop from a lender's perspective, so your real estate transaction doesn't just become some super crazy expensive learning experience. First things first, problem number one, it's your credit score, right? Think of it as like your Hogwarts sorting hat for real estate, right? So you wanna be in Gryffindor, right? But a couple of missed payments on your car loan.
Not Slytherin.
Maybe you pay a credit card a little late.
Not Slytherin.
All of a sudden,
Slytherin, eh?
you don't want that. Well, during the loan process, your lender is gonna pull your credit at the beginning of that loan, and then they're also gonna check or recheck, do a soft hit on your credit at the end of the transaction. So anything that has changed from the beginning of the transaction all the way through to the end of the transaction that can negatively impact your credit can seriously blow your deal sky high.
Fire in the hole!
Real life story here. I had a client, we were in the middle of a real estate transaction, and we do credit monitoring throughout the process. So we were notified of an inquiry on their credit during the mortgage application process. So we reach out to them and say, hey, what's this mortgage inquiry? Well, turns out homeboy went out and bought a brand new truck. Well, guess what?
Hey, it's Chris, and I just want to take a couple minutes today to show you my home in this 2001 Toyota Tacoma pickup truck.
So unless you want to live in something with 4 wheels versus 4 walls, don't mess up your credit. Don't finance anything during the mortgage process. It's really going to jack you up. Problem number 2, changing jobs like you're on a world tour. Your income is your gateway to your home. Mortgage lenders approve you based on your debt to income ratio. And if they can't prove or validate stability of income, well, then they're not going to give you the daggone mortgage. If you're working at job A, when you get your mortgage pre-approval, you best daggone be working at job A when you close that deal. If you're thinking about moving into job B, or maybe a lifetime situation comes up, you get fired, you get terminated, talk with your mortgage lender as early as you know in the process. Ask them what impacts this is going to have for you before just going and making the change without discussing with your lender. This is really, really critical if you are changing the way that you are paid. For example, if you are a salaried employee and then you want to change into a commissioned job, well, while that commissioned job may have a much higher income ceiling, the floor is very, very different because you no longer have your old base salary anymore, right? And that mortgage lender has to approve you based on your floor. So think about, you guys remember from that episode of The Office where Michael Scott tried to leave Dunder Mifflin and start his own paper company?
I would like to invite you all to come along with me on a journey.
He thought it was all good and it was great, but it actually collapsed around him.
Our prices are the only thing keeping us in business.
They're actually putting you out of business.
Okay. Hold on.
It was a house of paper cards, and you don't want your mortgage approval to fall like that. Problem number 3. We talked about it a little bit when talking about credit, but I want to dial it down a little bit. The big purchase curse. No, stay away from it. We talked about the car thing, but what people don't think about, this is what will turn you into a meme. Furniture. Furniture is a big purchase. You go into these places, Value City, Haynes, Trivets, Powell's, all these furniture stores, and
12 months, no interest financing. Come see what real style and value are all about.
well, you're thinking, hey, I don't even have to make a payment. This isn't hurting me at all. This is awesome. I can get this brand new couch from a brand new house, from a spouse, and then we can sit around and eat cheese with a mouse. But it still impacts your approval. Those no payment loans that you get, the mortgage lender still has to generate and calculate a proposed payment for that debt, and it can cause you to lose your approval, okay? So think about it this way. Unless it's gas for your car, groceries for your stomach, food for your kids, while you're in the mortgage process, don't buy it. Keep your budget low. Don't buy anything that you wouldn't just buy on a regular old day, right? If you gotta think about reaching for your wallet, don't do it. Problem number 4, I hate to say it, ghosting your lender, not responding. When lenders reach out and they ask for documentation or updates to documentation, they need it. And sooner is way better than later. You have a sales contract. There's normally timelines that are restrictive in that sales contract and obligations that you, as the buyer, have to meet. And if you're not working actively with your lender to check those boxes off of that list, then you're going to be the one potentially in default of contract because you were not communicating openly with your lender, right? So you're going to think about your lender kind of like as a split screen co-op video game, right? So you guys are in there playing Call of Duty, you're shooting zombies, and let's call the zombies mortgage underwriters, right? You're knocking them down, bang, 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 right? But if you stop communicating, those zombies are going to come up, overwhelm you, and then it's game over. You don't want game over. You want to go to the next level. Problem number 5. Money moves with no paper trail. Cash.
Dollar bill, yo.
Mortgage lending doesn't like it, right? You know how like in, Goodfellas, The Town, The Departed, all these little crime movies, they're always moving money in envelopes, sticking them under park benches, and people are coming by picking up the money. So there are laws that require lenders to track all the dollars coming here, there, and everywhere, right? So just because your Uncle Eddie runs a dry cleaning business out of the back of his van, and it's a paper business, and he's giving you $5,000 to put in your bank account because you're gonna go buy a new house, well, Uncle Eddie doesn't understand that he could actually be hurting you when you drop that 5Gs in your bank account and you can't prove to your lender where that 5Gs came from. You're like, oh, it came from Uncle Eddie. Where did Uncle Eddie get the money from? He got it from Jim, Bob, Joe, and Rebecca. We can't track it. Don't use it. So if you got to make money moves, if you got a large sum of cash sitting around, I suggest depositing it in the bank now, letting it sit there for a while. It's your money, right? And then maybe apply for a mortgage in a little while later. But make your money moves on paper, well documented, and talk to your lender about where all the money's coming from. And please, 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 if Uncle Eddie is going to give you a gift, there are rules in the mortgage business about receiving gifts from family members, okay? Tell your lender, we'll get it all documented, we'll tell you what we need from Uncle Eddie to prove where he got it from, and we'll tell you how we can use it towards the qualification of your mortgage. Problem number 6, ignoring your pre-approval. So let's say you're pre-approved for a $500,000 house, right? And then all of a sudden in your inbox, you get an email from your realtor, $575. Oh, it looks gorgeous. Let's go look at it, babe. Let's go. So you go out there to look at it, you fall in love with it, you go to make an offer on it, but you can't buy it, right? Because you're only approved for $500,000. But we'll figure it out. No, you won't figure it out. You don't know how to figure it out. You ain't never figured nothing out in your life. But the problem is going over your budget is kind of like going to Starbucks and ordering a Trenta Frappuccino when you only got $5 in your pocket. You know that 31 ounce tasty, lovely, beautiful drink is going to cost at least $75.
Done.
So when you have an approval, stick with it. Talk to your lender about increasing it before you just decide to go look at these McMansions on your own, right? You may be able to figure out the path to make it happen, but even if you can make it happen, do you really want to be house poor? Sitting in a big old empty echo chamber with no furniture, right? Have a plan, have a budget, stick to it. I'm not saying don't dream big, kind of our thing around here, but dream big with a plan. If you, maybe you, have found this helpful, like and subscribe. And in the comments, what I would really love, put your craziest mortgage story you can think of in the comments. I might even read them on the next video. So until then, let's go, baby.